Hello to my lovely Virgos. Welcome to Elle's House of Tarot. If you've been subscribed to my channel for a while, as you can see, I've made some big changes. I'm very excited to have you guys come along with me on my soul's journey as I continue my own spiritual growth. And for those of you that are new, welcome. So today we are going to do a reading about what your person really thinks about you. And I don't know what kind of reading is going to come out. It could be someone you have a crush on. It could be somebody you're in a relationship with, or somebody you've been disconnected from. But we will see what messages come out for you. And it is a general reading, guys, so make sure you're only taking the messages that resonate for you and leave the rest. If your sun sign doesn't resonate, you can come back throughout the week to check the other placements in your chart. And if you would like to book a personal reading with me, you can do so by sending an email to ellshouseoftarot@gmail.com. All right, Spirit. What does Virgo's person really think about them? Oh, there's two. What does Virgo's person really think about them? Okay. All right. So we have the shark. Trust your instincts to discern the truth of a situation. We have the cat. It's time to strike out on your own or relinquish your overdependency on others. And we have the blue heron. Make a stand for what you believe in and do what feels right in spite of any judgment or disapproval from others. Okay, so how do they really feel about you? I feel that they have a very intense connection to you, but people in their life are disapproving of it for some reason. It could be their family, it could be cultural differences. So like I'm kind of seeing a more traditional family and you don't really fit in that puzzle. And so their family is kind of judging the relationship, not you as a person, but their family or even possibly their friends have a very specific idea in mind of who you should be with. Or, I'm sorry, they should be with, and you are not who they picture. So I feel like they are kind of being scrutinized here a little bit, but they're trusting their instincts because they are feeling within themselves that there's a soul tie here with you. And then we have strike out on your own. They're starting to trust their own intuition. They don't want to rely on other people's opinions when it comes to deciding who they're supposed to be with, who they're going to marry, who they're going to have a long-term relationship with. And then they're going to stand up from it in spite of disapproval from others. So they might be having a difficult time with it at the moment. Sorry if you heard my phone. But they are going to get to a point where they're like, you know what? I feel in my gut, my instincts are telling me this is my person. And I honestly don't care what you guys think. If you don't approve with them, if you don't approve of Virgo, I'm just going to continue the relationship anyway. And you guys can just kind of have to deal with it. Either we're not going to be in communication anymore, or you can learn to accept him. That's kind of what I feel like is going down here. For the vast majority of you, I feel like they're still in the contemplation stage and they're still trying to learn how to gain that independence and pull themselves away from a controlling family members or friends. But I think for most of you, because it is general, can't predict for everyone, but for most of you, I feel they will get to that point. Okay, so let's build on this here. And what else can you tell us about how Virgo's person really feels about them? How does their person really feel? Aw. Yeah. So we have the Five of Cups. We have Temperance in the reverse. I'm still getting used to this camera angle, guys. And we have the Lovers in the reverse. They feel really sad about the way it feels very strongly like it's family, but it could be very close friends. But they're feeling very sad about how their family has reacted to you. I don't think they were really expecting it. I think they knew that their family was more traditional or followed certain cultural patterns or traditions, I should say. But they were not expecting them to be so, because I feel like in general their family is pretty accepting of people, but when it comes to their children dating or having relationships, they weren't expecting them to be so against it. They've probably figured they would say something or state their opinion, but I feel like their family is putting up a bigger stink about it than they expected. And so they're very sad. They're very sad that their family is not accepting of you. And they feel the disconnect here with imbalance and impatience. And then we have the Lovers. It's like you guys are being split apart, broken in two here with the energy that their family is giving off. It's like they feel like they're going to have to get to the point between choosing between you and them, but they're going to stand their ground. So let's get some clarifiers here. And it's interesting in this deck, the Lovers card is very romantic. Okay, they're embracing, they're kissing, there's lots of red. It's very passionate. And it's like they feel that heat with you. They feel that connection, but this situation with their family or friends is causing a split here. All right, so why is the Five of Cups here? Okay. Sorry, so we have the Fool in the reverse with the Moon in the reverse. They're wanting to take this risk. They're wanting to take this leap of faith with you, but they're waiting on something, some sign from the universe. They're waiting for something to be revealed. But in the meantime, they're very sad. It's like they haven't gotten to the point of being able to trust their instincts yet to really can take that leap of faith. But they're waiting on something to be revealed. Why is Temperance in the reverse? Oh yeah, so we have the Emperor in the reverse, and then we have the Eight of Pentacles. Ooh, this Emperor in the reverse feels like the father or a father figure or a very strong masculine energy in your person's life that is causing this discord here. But they're working on them. Your person is trying to work with this masculine energy and be like, Virgo is so accepting of me. I've never felt a connection with them before. I know Virgo is different than you would expect me to be with, but Virgo has been the person I feel a strongest connection to, and Virgo treats me better. I feel like they're trying to build you up. They're really trying to work on this masculine energy to kind of help bring in some balance, but that's where we have this, where they're going to become independent. All right, so why is the Lovers in the reverse? Yeah, we have the Seven of Pentacles in the reverse. At some point, they're going to get tired of waiting for their family to come around, and they're going to take that stand and be like, you know what? I've tried to tell you why I have a connection with Virgo. I've tried to show you how kind and loving Virgo is to me and how well we get along and that we want the same things. And if you are not going to accept them, then I'm just going to have to move on from the family, basically. It's like right now they're trying to wait it out. They're trying to convince their families to come around. But at some point, they're going to be tired of waiting because the split from you, and I don't feel like you guys are broken up or anything, but there's just, you know, that negative energy between you guys because of what's going on with their family. And when they take that stand and say, you can either accept Virgo or you cannot, that's when I think they're going to be tired. Yeah, they're going to get tired of waiting and take that stand. All right. So what else can you tell us, Spirit, about how their person really feels about them, or more information around this situation? Interesting. All right, so here we have the Eight of Pentacles again, the Seven of Wands, and the Seven of Cups. So they're working on it. They're working on their courage. They're working on moving through this sadness, and they're working on trusting their own instincts here. Okay, they don't want to be sad. I think either something will be revealed to them by the universe with this Moon in reverse, and it will kind of wake them up, and they'll start putting a lot of energy into something, or they'll realize that they don't need any sort of big sign from the universe, that their instincts and their own feelings are enough for them to put work into themselves to move the connection forward. Then we have the Seven of Wands here, which is interesting. It landed in this cat about time to strike out on your own, the imbalanced energy, the strong masculine energy that's fighting against the connection. And then this card is about standing your guard, taking the higher ground, fighting and defending yourself. So they are ready to strike out on their own and defend their connection with you to whoever it is that is not approving. And then we have the Seven of Cups. They're going to take their stand and they're going to weigh their options. They're going to figure out how they can move the connection forward. They're going to figure out how they can be with you. I think a lot of them are going to try and figure out how they can be with you and still have a connection with their family. But for some of them, they may need to figure out how they can disconnect from their family or whoever it is that's disapproving of this connection here. But this is a card of weighing options, figuring out what step to take next. So they're going to take their stand because they're tired of waiting and they don't like this negative energy between the two of you. And then they're going to figure out what they need to do after they've declared their love for you to these disapproving people. Why are they? So why is the Eight of Coins here? So you have the Knight of Wands with the World in the reverse. The Knight of Wands is kind of a chaotic energy. It can be very intense. It's extremely fast moving. So it almost feels like they are going to just kind of have a wake-up call and just move forward without fully closing out this cycle from the past. So there might be some lingering energy. That could be where the work comes in, where they're like, just say, you know what, I trust myself. I'm ready to take this leap of faith. We're going to ride off into the sunset. I don't care what other people think. But there will need to be some work to be done to close out this chapter behind them. Why is the Seven of Wands here? Lots of double cards for you guys. All right, so we have the Queen of Wands with the Nine of Cups. The Queen of Wands is in the reverse. You know, it's interesting. They're not going to feel very confident about standing their ground. They're not going to feel very confident about striking out on their own in independence. And they're not going to feel confident about going up against the strong masculine figure. But they know what their hopes and their dreams are, and they're going to do it anyway, which might be where this chaotic energy comes from. They're like, I have no idea what I'm doing, but I'm doing it anyway. Because they are going to fight for what their heart is calling for and what their soul wants them to do. Why is the Seven of Cups here? Two cards for you guys. See? All right, so we have the Nine of Swords with the Magician. This is an extremely stressful situation for your person. I feel like for the most of them, they have been very controlled by their family, or they've had to adhere to very strict rules. And so striking out on their own, making a stand for themselves and deciding that they're not going to put up with this anymore is extremely stressful. But they're carefully weighing their options and they're manifesting a brand new life here for themselves and with you, with the two of you. The Magician, I don't know if you can see. I don't know. I'm sorry. Above his head is the infinity symbol. So that is about an infinite connection, a soul connection, possibly even twin flames for some of you. But it's just an infinite connection with somebody. They're manifesting this relationship by striking out on their own. All right, so can we get a final word of advice here for Virgo around how their person feels about them? Oh, jeez. All right, so we have innocence. Okay. This is an interesting card because it can mean turning a blind eye to something, but it's also about protecting your heart. So your person, this is really supposed to be your advice. So, but it feels like your person is going to turn a blind eye to what other people think and feel and just move forward with what they feel is best because they're protecting you. But then you also need to turn a blind eye to what their family is saying about you, how they might be treating you, what they feel about you and the relationship with their child, with their family member, whoever it is, or close friend, because you don't want to be knocked down by their negative energy. So you're just going to not pretend, but you're just going to ignore what they're saying. You're not going to let it affect you. You're going to protect your heart. You're going to guard your own energy, and you're not going to worry about what they are saying because your person is going to take care of it in the long run anyway. Okay? All right, Virgo, I'm going to leave the reading there for you. I hope you guys found it helpful. If you did, please like, subscribe, and share, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.